Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wrestling Experience. With your host, Earl Cole, I'm your host. And of course, your ringside mask just got even hotter. We're diving into jaw dropping WWE, AEW moments, and bold predictions. And this is the freshest wrestling news across this industry. Make sure you smash that like button. You smash that like button, you subscribe, and let's step with this step inside these ropes because the action and inside scoop starts right now. Thank you for landing on the mothership on a Thursday. It's the wrestling experience. All right, everyone, and hello once again, everyone, and welcome back to the wrestling experience on this Thursday. And you, like I said, you landed on this great mothership. And we want to welcome you all to this extravaganza tonight. And we have a big extravaganza. We have a huge extravaganza for you tonight. First of all, we have some very terrible news for you all here on this Thursday. If you all didn't hear the news about good old JR Jim Ross, good old JR Jim Ross has colon cancer. And this is not good news for JR. And I'm going to just say this, and I'll say this again. JR has been suffering so much medically. It's not even funny. Jr. first had skin cancer. He lost his wife. Then he had Bell's palsy. So Jr. has been battling and battling and battling health issues throughout his career. And like I said before, I say it again, folks. This is this is why I say all the time, you've got to take care of your health. You've got to take care of your health. You've got to. It's in major importance that you take care of your health. And that's why life is short. Life is so short. It's not even funny. You know, when you try to reach out to people and you try to see if they're okay, if they're good, and everything else, that's all you're trying to do is trying to make sure that everybody is healthy and they're good. And this is just awful news for JR. Absolutely awful. Um, my heart goes out to JR and his family and everything else, and he will have surgery sometime next week or 2 weeks from now. JR will have the surgery to remove the cancer from his colon. And I'm going to tell you this much: colon cancer is nothing to play with. Nothing to play with. It's a terrible diagnosis, just like leukemia, just like prostate. It's not good. So again, my deepest sympathies go out to Jr. And I hope that he gets recovered from this and he gets back to what he wants to do. And what he loves to do, and that's be with AEW and calling matches and everything else. But this was just devastating today to find out on Twitter from JR. We wish JR a very healthy and speedy recovery as he goes through what he needs to go through and get through what he needs to get through. Godspeed, JR, and I hope you get better very soon. Um, so that is one news, one terrible news about JR. Um, tonight on the Wrestling Experience, tonight on the Wrestling Experience, everyone, we're going to revisit and rewind Dynamite. We're going to do that tonight. We're also going to revisit Backlash. We're going to do that. And I got some wrestling news to get to as well. So we've got a big plate to get to tonight. All right. So I encourage you all to, as the sign says on the bottom of the screen here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It's very important that you do. Um, so we're going to talk about Backlash for a second. We're going to rewind Backlash in just a minute. Just give me 1 second. Let me just get my notes and. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Backlash took place this past Saturday night in St. Louis, Missouri. And it wasn't a bad show. It wasn't a bad show. There was one match that everybody thought was a botch. And I'm going to talk about that first. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. That was the United States Championship match, and that was a fatal four-way. Jacob Fatu defending the title against Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, and Damian Priest. Now, at one point in the match, there was one point in the match where the referee where McIntyre gave the Claymore tonight, and it looked like McIntyre was going to win the match. The referee got up to two. He was about to hit three when he was pulled out of the ring. Mr. Bennett was pulled out of the ring. Um, I want your fans' opinion on this, and I want you all to do this. If you do come into the chat tonight, if you're thinking about this, or if you're just watching, but I want you all to understand something. I want your opinion on this. Did you think it was a botch? Did you think that that was a botch in the match? And I look back on the footage that they were talking, what the fans were talking about. And to be honest with you, I'm gonna have to earn. I'm gonna go with the fans here. I think McIntyre was about to win the title, and I think that that's what was gonna supposed to happen. Maybe that was supposed to happen. And then the referee gets pulled out. So I don't know whether if that was a botch or was that supposed to happen in the match, if that was part of the element of the match. But I don't know. I want your opinion, and I respect it. So if you're gonna come in tonight, if you're gonna come into the chat, I want you all who comes into the chat to think about that question. And the question is, did you think that the finish in that match was a botch? Did you think McIntyre was supposed to win the Intercontinental Championship? I mean, the United States Championship. Did you think he was supposed to win? Well, I I don't know. I don't I don't quite know. whether he was supposed to win it or not, but he didn't. Fatu went over and he retained the title thanks to Mr. Cobb. Jeff Cobb came in and made his presence known in the match. And I'm just gonna say this. Cobb coming into the match, I was not expecting that at all. I didn't even predict that. I did not predict that. All I did was I predicted Fatu would retain, and he did, but with the help of Cobb. And what's going to happen on Friday Night SmackDown? Jeffrey, how's it going tonight? So Jeff Cobb coming in and interfering in the fatal four way. But here's a question, Jeffrey. I'm glad that you came in. Here's a question for you, Jeffrey. Did you think that the match was the way McIntyre hit the Claymore on Knight and he went to pin Knight for the title? Was that a botch? Was that a botch? That's the question of the night. Nobody had Jeff Cobb coming in. No, I did not see that. I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming at all. I did not see that coming. And again, like I asked again, you know, did you think McIntyre was supposed to win the title? Was it a botch? What do you all think? What do you all think? In your heart of hearts, what do you think? I don't think it was a botch. Hmm. I didn't think it was a botch. No, I didn't think so either. I didn't think so either. But I had Fatu retaining the title in a clean way, but not the way it's supposed to go down. Okay. So on an entertainment level, on an entertainment level, I gave the fatal four way. I gave the fatal four way a six. The match gets a six. And that was the best thing I could do for it. The match got a six. And again, like I said before, and I'll say it again, great chemistry, great nuance in the match. And yeah, this was this was really something else. This was really and truly something else to say none the least. Make sure you all hit that like button in the chats and all around the video. If you like the video, then give it a thumbs. Thank you. Um so Fatu retaining the title was absolutely great at this point. He has been unstoppable. He has been unstoppable in what he has been doing ever since he debuted in the WWE. And now that he's the United States champion, he's even going to be more vicious. He's going to be even more dominant than I ever seen him before. And that is a testament to to his athleticism. Um, Jacob didn't want Yeah, he didn't want any help. Jacob didn't want any help. He wanted to win the match clean. And I agree with that. I don't think he needed any help, to be honest with you. Solo comes down with Cobb and he looked confused as all get out. He didn't know what the heck was going on there. So Cobb coming in, okay, all right, so be it. So be it. So be it. So be it. Um. All right. So that was the fatal four way. Okay. So let's talk about this for a second. So we had that fatal four. Lyra Valkyria. Lyra Valkyria took on Becky Lynch. The match was fine. The match was fantastic. These two women were vicious towards one another for that women's intercontinental. I thought that this was the match of the night for me. This did it for me. This was probably one of Lyra Valkyria's best matches with Becky Lynch, and she paired enough well with Becky Lynch. It looked like Lyra got a broken nose from the melee that she got mixed up with Becky Lynch. But this was absolutely great. These two ladies really came out on the stage when the lights were bright, and they really and truly owned their own in this match. This was Lyra's better match than the NXT Women's. Yes, yes, Jeffrey, agreed. Agreed. And this was absolutely one of Lyra Valkyria's best matches in the Intercontinental Women's Division. So this was great. This was the match of the night for me. This was absolutely the match of the night for me. No doubt about it, no bones about it. This was absolutely the best for me. And on an entertainment level, I'm gonna give this match a 9. The match gets a 9. And I'm telling you, this was a good women's match. This was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was highly entertaining. Both ladies brought it physically, mentally, athleticism, all kinds of things that you want in the recipe of a good match. So again, I had no problem. I had no issues with it. What did you all think about it? What did you all feel? Did you feel that that was the match of the night? What did you think about it? Tell me. I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know from good wrestling fans. What did you think of the match? And did you think it was the match of the night for you? Did that do it for you? Or was there something else that did it for you? So they almost had me close to saying Becky was going, yeah, yeah. So, all right. The crowd has been taken to Penta quite a bit, and he seems to have loved interaction with the fans the way to the ring. He never rushes and takes his time acknowledging the kids in the crowd. Mysterio's gear was homage to, yes, and Dom hit a Huna Karana early in the match. Yes, yes, he did. So those were those normal moments, those memorable moments in the match. All right. What did Jerry say? Oh, okay. All right. Dirty Dom Mysterio took on Penta for the Intercontinental. I'm going to tell you this much. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this right now. Dirty Dom, ever since his winning the Intercontinental Championship, okay, I understand that they want to put a belt on him. I understand that. But can the kid win clean in his match? Why do you need shenanigans? Why do you need Judgment Day coming down there? Now that was terrible. But then to have a Grande Americana come down there and screw Penta again out of the Intercontinental Championship, I thought that that was disgusting. I thought that was disgusting. El Grande Americana getting involved, Chad Gable getting involved with that steel plate in mask and banging Penta on the top of the head with it. I thought that was ridiculous. I thought that was ridiculous. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but if you're going to have Dirty Dom Mysterio put the belt on him. Make him win his matches clean, for heaven's sakes. Make him win his matches clean. What's wrong with clean finishes? I don't understand why people have allergic disease to clean finish matches. I don't understand that. Uh, yeah, Finn's gonna screw Dom in the ring. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Finn's involvement was just too much. Everybody's involved. It was just too much. It was too much. I want to see Dirty Dom Mysterio win a match clean. Now, he won it clean at WrestleMania. Yes, he did do that. He won it clean, fair and square. But ever since he won the title, he's not winning his matches clean, folks. He's getting help. He's dialing a friend. I can't wrap my head around that. Come on now. Why are you doing that? Why can't you win the match clean? What is so hard? Why is that difficult? Explain it to me. Why is that difficult? Pure shenanigans, absolutely, Jeffrey. Pure, unadulterated shenanigans. And I can't deal with shenanigans. So on an entertainment level, I'm gonna give this match a five. The match gets a five, and that's the best I can do for it. That's the best. All right. All right. So we. All right. His name is Dirty Down for a reason. Yeah. Yes, Jeffrey. Yes. 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 If you will. Dirty Dom, if you will. Yes, 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 yes. Exactly. Um, so all right. Pat McAfee took on Gunther. Pat McAfee and Gunther took on each other at Backlash. Okay, the match was fine. The match was dominant. The match was physical. And I'm going to tell you this much. I'm going to tell you this much, and I'll say this again. This was absolutely brutal for Pat McAfee because Gunther showed no remorse in doing what he needed to do to neutralize Pat McAfee in the match. He wanted to show that he did not have any ring rust after WrestleMania. He wanted to show him just how vicious and vile he could be. And Pat McAfee was destroyed in this match. Even Michael Cole was biased in calling the match. And he took his headset off at one point and was trying to help McAfee win the match, but that was not to be. That was not to be. Gunther was not having it. He almost destroyed Michael Cole in the process. And then he turned his attention to Pat McAfee and destroyed him, and he put him to sleep. He put McAfee to sleep. McAfee passed out. Gunther wins the match. It was one sided. If you want me to be perfectly honest, I enjoyed it for what it was. Cole made the match, and yes, he did. He made the match entertaining, and yes, he did. Cole made the match entertaining. Yes, I agree with that. I totally agree with that, Jeffrey. Totally, totally. When Cole tried to hold Gunther's boot, yes. So if you all don't remember that dirty trick, okay, I'm gonna give you some old school stuff here. If you remember WrestleMania 4, in Atlantic City, New Jersey, at Trump Taj Mahal in Atlantic City, the Trump Taj Marina in Atlantic City. We had WrestleMania 4. All right. In the match, Bobby Heenan took that Bobby Heenan was in the corner of Rick Rude. And if you remember, the Ultimate Warrior was going to suplex Rick Rude in the ring when Bobby Heenan grabbed the foot of the Ultimate Warrior and held on to it so he wouldn't kick out. The late great Joey Morella didn't see Heenan's trickery and he awarded the match and the belt to the Ravishing One. So that was one of those tricks, those bag of tricks that Michael Cole must have studied on videotape footage. He didn't get all of the momentum because what you have to do is when you go down on the arena floor and you want to hook someone's foot behind the referee's back, you got to make sure you drape the heel part. You got to drape the heel part of the foot over the ring so that this way the heel doesn't come back into the ring for a kick out. So you got to grab the heel and you got to press down on the heel so that the heel doesn't come straight back into the ring to the kid so you can kick out. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do to the foot. But Cole couldn't remember how to do it correctly. Heenan did it correctly. Heenan did it correctly because what he did was is when he grabbed the foot of the warrior, he put the heel down, draped it over the ring so that the warrior couldn't get his foot back into the ring. So it's like a cross up. He looked and made the referee think it was a cross up, and he tripped. But he didn't trip. It was Heenan who did it, and he did it masterfully. So that's exactly how you do that maneuver when you want to do it dirty. If you want to do it dirty like that. So Gunther kicks out. Getting back to what I was saying. So Gunther kicked out. Gunther kicked out, and he looked at Michael Cole. He brought him back into the ring, and he was going to lay waste to Michael Cole. He was going to lay waste, but it just didn't happen that way. It didn't happen that way, and it wasn't good. Wasn't good. Gunther put Pat McAfee to sleep, and Gunther walked away in St. Louis as your winner. What did Jeffrey say? Old school way of cheating. Yes. Yes, Jeffrey. Yes. Jeffrey says, crazy thing is this Cole did it in a babyface way. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yeah, he did. But like I said, when you do that hook, like I said, you gotta make the heel you got to make the heel drape over the edge of the ring so that this way the combatant doesn't put his foot back into the ring and he can flip and kick out. That's the way you're supposed to do it. That's the way you're supposed to do it. So, um, yeah, so on an entertainment level, I'm gonna give this match. I'll give this match a 4. The match gets a 4 because Pat McAfee didn't have any offense. He really didn't have much offense. It really wasn't there. He really didn't have it. He couldn't answer the Gunther. He just couldn't. He couldn't match Gunther's intensity, and that was the issue. That was the whole issue. He couldn't match the intensity, and when you can't match that, Gunther will just eat you alive. Gunther is going to eat you alive. And that's exactly what he did to Mr. Pat McAfee. All right. All right. All right, we are up to the main event. We are up to the main event, and that was John Cena taking on Randy Orton. I'm going to tell you something. This match was great. Okay, I want you all opinion on something here. I'm going to ask the audience. I'm going to ask my good audience and the good community. Hashtag wrestling community. Hashtag. Um, I'm going to ask the audience something here, and I want to know something. When something is good, when something is good, why do you think it's always marred in something terrible at the end? Now, the match was good. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. The match was good. The problem that I had with the match was the ending. I thought the ending was way, way, way too much. And I want your opinion on this. I want your opinion on this before I talk about the match. Do you think John Cena is being booked like Roman Reigns when it comes to his finishes? Because I'm a little concerned here. I'm a little concerned because here's the thing. In Roman Reigns' matches, all his matches, he had the referee get knocked out. All of the soldiers coming out of the cage and interfering in the match and helping him. I see the similarities between it. Yes, it is. So I am kind of see. I'm kind of concerned here because this is going to be some lazy booking here. This is lazy booking because the end is always like this in a Roman Reigns match when he was when he was the undisputed champion. Referee gets bumped, he goes down. All of the soldiers, as I said, come out in the curtain, and they're not supposed to be there, and they're helping him win the match instead of him winning the match clean. Then he comes on TV, and then he's talking about smash. You didn't smash a damn thing. You didn't smash the damn thing. You had help. What do you think? People are blind? You think people are dumb? Are they're not intelligent? People are not dumb. And I'm sorry, but to me, this is getting like the Roman Reigns with the undisputed championship. Why can't you win the match clean? Why? The match was going so fine. It was going perfectly. This was just overdone. This was over Leighton with too much interference. And then our truth comes out there and stupid our truth comes there and stops Randy Orton from doing what he needed to do to put away Cena. I mean, this was just ridiculous. And then Nick Aldis comes down there with the agents to help Eddie Arango after he was hitting the head with the chair. They're up there helping him after he got wiped out. Here comes the original referee, Chad Patton, who was knocked out on the floor. He comes through and he counts the three, and Cena retains just like that. That's how you end the match? That's how you end a good match like that? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I cannot buy that. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry, but this was absolutely the worst ending I have ever seen in a title match. Our truth shouldn't have been out there. And then all of the agents and the SmackDown general manager, he didn't need to be out there. All of this shenanigans in the ending ruined a good match. Ruined it. It's like you just took your spit and spit all over the match. And it was just too much. And then the icing on the cake. Our truth comes there in the media scrum. In the media scrum, and he interrupts Cena talking about he can't wrestle. Cena then puts our truth to the table, and now him and our truth are going at it at Saturday night's main event. I can't make this stuff up, folks. I can't make this stuff up. I'm sorry, I can't make this stuff up. This doesn't make any sense to me. This doesn't make any sense. Let's see what Jeffrey said. Poor Nick Aldis suffered on the third arc. Yep. Jeffrey said Cena thinks we're stupid. No, yeah, I know. And Jeffrey says, but John Cena still hit our truth with the AA at the press conference. Yes, he did. And now they're gonna take on each other Saturday night's main event. That can't make this stuff up. So Randy Orton has to live with this asterisk against him that he was screwed out of the title by R-Truth. How does that grab you as an audience, as a member of the wrestling community, as a wrestling community? How does that grab you? How does that grab you? How does that grab you? That you were screwed out of the title by R-Truth. What did Jeffrey said? And Jimmy did warn R-Truth. He did. He did. He did. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, folks. You can't make this stuff up even if you tried. Um, I don't know what to tell you, folks. I'm sorry, but on an entertainment level, I'm gonna go down a peg here because I did not like the ending. The ending sucked for me. It was whack. The ending was whack. Um, on an entertainment level, I'm gonna give this match a 6. I'm gonna give this a 6. Truth will be like Cena just had a bad night. Yes, Jeffrey. Yes, Jeffrey. Yes, if you will. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was backlash. That was backlash, and I gave the show a B minus because of the whack ending to the main event. It was whack. And what's even worse is what I'm about to talk about later on here. Okay. All right, folks. Let's talk about Dynamite. AEW Dynamite. I gave it a B minus, Jeffrey. I gave it a B minus. But I'm glad that you gave it a B. That's good. I respect your thought process. Let's talk about Dynamite for a second, folks. Beach break. Dynamite happened last night in Chicago, Illinois. There was a lot of empty seats. A lot of empty seats in the Now Arena, and Tony Khan again shooting his shot and missed. And I'm going to tell you this much. Will Ospreay, I love Will Ospreay, but he talks a lot of trash. Will Ospreay keeps bashing, he keeps having WWE in his mouth and talk about how WWE is this and WWE is that. He talks a lot of trash about this organization. But I'm going to tell you something, Will Ospreay. You need to stop talking about WWE and you need to focus on what needs to be done. Because last night the fans again showed a terrible footage of Osprey coming down to the ring and looking at half of the arena being tarped off and half empty with empty seats. So I'm going to ask this to the audience again. I'm going to get everybody interactive here. Is all of these footage of empty arenas and empty seats in AEW, is it hurting this organization? Will Ospreay is great, but he needs to stop talking about, yes, you need to stop talking about WWE, Will Ospreay, because AEW right now has a very terrible problem. And this is why they have to go to smaller venues. They cannot sell big venues to save their life. They used to in the days when they first started. They're not doing that now. They are not doing that now. But my question to you is, and this is my question, is all of these leaked footages of empty arenas and terrible camera view hurting AEW? Is it hurting them? And do you think Tony Khan is listening or does he care? They really sell tickets. Yeah, they really selling tickets. This is why they have to do smaller venues, folks. This is why. And this is why they have to do residencies all over these small arenas because they cannot sell. They cannot sell any arena out right now. The way their booking is, the way their storyline is, and the way their fan base is, everybody's starting to turn their back on AEW. So you're gonna get some people come packing into the audience because of the small venue and the theater that they need to work in, but not the big arenas. Not the big arenas. Because they can't get over the hump and sell the tickets. And Osprey needs to stop talking because WWE, okay, now when we had the McMahon era, they were bitten with the same thing like AEW, couldn't sell out a damn. Couldn't sell the place out worth a damn. The house shows, the PLEs, all that stuff under the McMahon umbrella, they were not selling them at all. Um, Nobody in WWE can perform like we do it in AEW. Will really Ospreay. Yeah, yeah. And Ospreay needs to stop that because first of all, you don't sell out the arena. All right. You can't sell out the arena. That's A. B. B. You don't promote anything. And here's another clue. Here's another clue. I don't think they're going to have big venues for AEW Dynamite anymore. No, I don't think so, Jeffrey. I don't think so. I think Dynamite is going to be moved into smaller venues from now on because they just can't sell them out. They just can't. And it looks terrible on camera when you have a 16 or 17,000 seat arena and you can't sell it out, and only half a bowl is sold. Yeah, that's not a full house. You can't. That can't look like that on camera. It looks terrible. And then you got to darken the arena to make it look like it's jam packed. It's not jam packed. So you need a live event team. You need a marketing team, and you need to put that forward. Okay, here's another thing that I don't understand. And here's another thing I want to ask you all something. Why is it week after week after week? Now listen to me carefully. Last month, last month, AEW sold out the arena in Mexico. They sold it out in 2 days. They sold 16,000 seats in 2 days. Okay, the event is sold out. Why does not want? Okay, listen to me carefully. AEW sell out the tickets in Mexico. The Mexico market sold it out in 2 days. Okay, the event is sold out. There's no more seats left in Mexico. We're done with that. It's sold out. Ticketmaster has sold out all their tickets to everyone. Okay, so the event is sold out. Why is it week after week after week, AEW hasn't mentioned it at all on their television programs? They don't mention it on Collision. They don't mention it on Dynamite. There's no mention of them selling out and touting a victory on getting the arena sold out for the Mexico Grand Slam. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Why are you not promoting that on television? I'm kind of baffled at it. And then they put the graphic on the screen like tickets are still available. Isn't tickets gone? Isn't the tickets gone? Or am I missing something here? I don't understand it. And Jeff, I don't get it. That's wild that they didn't even mention it. Maybe it's not sold out. I don't know. From what I read, they sold it out in 2 days. That's what I heard. That's what I heard through the grapevine. I don't know. Is the tickets gone? I don't know what's going on here. I am confused as all get out. I am confused because if you say something is sold out, it's sold out. There are no more seats left. That means that there's nothing left. There's nothing left. There's no seats anywhere. Everyone gobbled up the tickets and they're gone. That's it. We're done with capacity. We're at capacity. That's it. If it's sold out, it's sold out. That's it. There's no more seats to be had. So I don't get it. I don't understand that. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Not once have they mentioned that they have sold out the arena. But they make it look like there's more seats available. I don't I don't know. I don't know. I'm at a loss. Maybe it's not sold out. Who knows? But that's why. Yeah, I know. I know. Let's see. Maybe it's, yeah. Maybe yeah. I don't. I don't get it. They gotta work on their marketing. Yes. Yes. That's what I said. They need a live event marketing team. That's what you need. That's what you need. All right. After, all right, so let's just go around. Let's just talk about Dynamite for a second. Let's just talk about this. I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about this thing. I'm going to talk about the main event of Dynamite. Samoa Joe took on John Moxley in a cage. Okay, the match was fine. Moxley was busted open in the cage, but the ending was so stupid. The ending was really again. Another stupid way of booking the match. Guy comes. I just. I don't know, folks. Oh boy. All right. I'm gonna just skip around here a minute. Okay. Let's just talk about this main event for a second. I'm sorry, folks, for the silence, but I had to look through my notes here. Um, let's just talk about this kid this kid situation with Moxley. Now, this guy named Kid comes down with the briefcase and he hands the briefcase to Moxley. Moxley uses the briefcase and he wins and he retains the title. I didn't like this main event. I didn't like the ending. I thought the ending was stupid. It was way over scripted with too much interference, way over, blatant with interference. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. It was like a quick fashion, get over the hump kind of booking. This was great. Yeah, it was way overbooked, Jeffrey. Way overbooked. I mean, this was just too. This was a lot. This was a lot of interference. And again, just like in Backlash, why do you need all of these people coming down there and helping mom? I mean, this was just too much. This was too much. You see, listen, folks, I don't mean to be negative or anything like that. I don't mean to be negative. And I'm sorry if I'm negative. I'm sorry. But for me, as a wrestling fan, I want to be entertained. Okay? I want to be entertained and I want something that I could enjoy. I didn't enjoy this. I didn't enjoy Backlash main event at the end, and I did not enjoy Dynamite's main event at the end. I didn't enjoy it. When you have overbooked and overscript interference, it takes away from a good match. It takes away, it just puts a cloud, a very dark cloud on what was supposed to be good. On Jefferson. They should have kept it between Moxley and Joe. Joe with the willow and yeah, I did exactly. Exactly, Jeffrey. Exactly. It was way too much interference. It was way too much. It was overused, over scripted. Oh, it was just over. Over. It was just over. It was just too much. And I can't wrap my head around it. What's ever said? Why the young bucks had to come out there? Yeah, exactly. Then the bucks come out there, and but listen to this. Okay, so the match ends. The cage gets raised. Everyone's escaped. Kid and the company escape in the crowd, and and of course Swerve gets on the microphone and he challenged the whole duo to an Anarchy in the Arena match at Double or Nothing. Now I'm going to tell you this much, folks. If you never, and I'm going to say this, if you've never seen Anarchy in the Arena match, I have seen. I think this is the fifth one, or the fourth, or the sixth one. I'm not sure how many of them there were, but I'm going to tell you this much. This is going to be woolly, wild, and all over the place. And if you don't like blood, if you don't like guts, and you don't like violence, well, this match is not going to be for you, because they're going to use. Listen to me carefully. They're going to use every and everything in that arena to neutralize each other, destroy one another, put each other down, and I'm all for Team Strickland here. This is going to be a powder keg at Double or Nothing in just 1 week. This is this is gonna be a powder keg. What other words can I use? So we're in for something. We're in for something in just 1 week from Sunday. We're in for something here in this Anarchy in the Arena match. We're gonna be in for something here. And what did Jeffrey say? Yeah, Anarchy in the Arena match. I vividly remember this. Is this where they keep the music? Yes. Yes. It was the match where Brian Dance's music. No, or was it Orange Cassidy? I think it was Orange Cassidy's music kept playing until they pulled the plug on it. This match was all over the place. This match could go in the locker room. It could go. I mean, it could go anywhere. The concession stand, the parking lot, the parking lot where the trucks are parked. I mean, this match can go all over the place. This match is going to be so out of control. It's not even funny. And they're gonna have zoom cameras all over the place because the it's just gonna go all over the place. It's just now there is just no rules in this match. Um, I thought it was. I thought it was. And it was also Brian's music playing. Yes, Daniel Bryan's music. Yes, the match is going to go all over the place, folks, and that's what that's what I'm alluding to. The match is going all over the place, and again, again. Like I said before, I'll say it again. If you've never seen this match before, if you've never seen this match before, well, folks, you're in for something nothing short of sensational, because this match is going to be physical. It's going to hurt. There's going to be barbed wire. I'm sure they're going to use some kind of barbed wire. I am quite sure Barbie is coming out to play. I'm quite sure of it. Chairs. Yep, we're going to get that. A table spot. Yep, we're going to get that. hmm A splash off the equipment table, or a splash off the set. We might get that. You're going to get everything and more. You're going to get soup to nuts in 1 week from this Sunday in that match. And let me tell you something. I called some of these matches, and I'm going to tell you this much: it's exhausting. It's daunting because it's all over the place. So you're trying to call the match, but at the same moment, you're trying to capture every moment that you're trying to look at, so that you can convey that to the audience. Um, at one point, you're trying to do your due diligence and trying to understand and try to comprehend what you're looking at, and that's exactly what the match is like. That's what it's like. It's just all over the place. I mean, I don't know what else to say, folks. I don't know what else to say. Yeah. Now that's where you can be overbooked. Yes, Jeffrey. Yes. Yes. If you haven't seen this match, yeah, yeah, look it up. Exactly. Look it up, folks. Look it up. If you've never seen the match before, look it up. It's one of those matches where it's wild. I don't know who created it. I don't know where it came from. It came from the mind of Tony Khan, I believe. Yeah. So he's the one that created it. And like I said before, you're in for a treat. That's all I can say. You're in for a treat when you see this match. All right. All right, so that was the Moxley match. That was my little take on the Moxley match. All right, FTR calls out Daniel Garcia and Nigel McGuinness. FTR wants a piece of Nigel McGuinness and Daniel Garcia. Are we going to get this match a double or nothing, a tag match? Now, this is where I'm going to call Tony Khan Petty Khan. This is my name for Tony Khan, Petty Khan, because he got to do one-upsmanship on WWE. WWE had the Gunther thing with Pat McAfee. Now Tony Khan's going to say, "Well, I'm going to do the same thing. I'll have my broadcaster Nigel McGuinness instead of a one-on-one match. It'll just be a tag match, and I'll take my commentary person and put him in the match, and put him with Garcia." So Petty Khan got to do that. Tony Khan's got to do that. He's got to do that one-upsmanship crap. Like he like you can't think of outside of the box. So um the question is, are we going to get the match? That's a great question. And is Tony Khan going to sanction it? That's a great question. We haven't heard anything yet from Tony Khan. We haven't heard a peep from anyone in AEW camp. So keep your eyes open and keep everything abreast, because Collision is coming up this Saturday night, and we may get a crystal ball of what's going to happen here, and see if Tony Khan pulls the trigger behind the scenes. So we're going to see. Um, they seriously copied WWE Gunther. Yes, they did, if you will. I don't know. Here's the thing, folks. Again, I'm not trying to be negative. Yeah, I'm not trying to be negative Nancy. I'm sorry if I am, but here's the thing. Why do you got to look at everything that someone does and then want to copy it? I mean, Tony Khan, you got to think outside the box, dude. Think outside the box. Think outside the box. It really is healthy to the mind when you think outside the box. All right. And Jeffrey said, The only difference between that is that TK is doing a tag team match to protect Nigel. Yep, yes, that's the only thing. That's the only thing because Nigel couldn't take on both FTR, so they need to insert Daniel Garcia. But like I said, the match is not made official yet. It's not made official. But I think that's the road that they want to travel on here with Double or Nothing. All right. Tony Storm took on Azuma and Mina Shirakawa and Sky Blue. And welcome back, Sky Blue. Welcome back to Sky Blue. The match was fine for what it was. The match was great, but the only thing I had an issue with Sky Blue, I mean, Tony Storm getting pinned in the match, she shouldn't have at the pin. You don't pin the champion. You do not pin the champion. I've said this 101 million times. You should not pin your champion. Your champion should be protected. That's who should be protected. Now, Mina Shirakawa, she could have at the pin. Any one of those women in the match could have at the pin, not Tony Storm. Tony Storm should have been knocked out on the arena floor somewhere, and she couldn't come back into the match. And then have one of the ladies pinned each other, and we would have had that would have been fine. That would have been fine. Um, let's see what Jeffrey said. You mean to tell me they had nothing else left? Yeah, well, and Jeffrey said, so it's Nina versus Tony Storm double. Yes. Welcome back, Sky. Yep. Welcome back, Sky Blue. And if you all don't remember, she broke her fibia or tibia, and she had to have screws and everything else put in place after she broke it. So she was on the shelf for a very long time, and she came back 10 months, and she comes back, and she's back in the ring, Sky Blue. So welcome back to Sky Blue. And but Mina Shirakawa will take on Tony Storm at Double or Nothing for the AEW Women's Title. Again, I did not like getting Tony Storm pinned in the match. I was dead set against that. I disagree. I disagree with the finish. And on an entertainment level, oh, let me just go back. On an entertainment level, I gave the steel cage a 6. Steel cage gets a 6. Tony Storm's getting pinned in the match. I'm gonna give that a 4. I'll give that a 4. The segment with the anarchy in the arena, I'm gonna give that a 9. That's gonna be a 9 for me because I can't wait for that match. I can't wait. Um, yeah, so those are my entertainment levels. All right. MJF gets 3 thumbs up from the Hurt Syndicate. And the Hurt Syndicate took on Top Flight. So after the match was over, after the Hurt Syndicate dominated Top Flight in the match and ran over them like they were freight trains, they brought MJF out. MJF comes out and he wants in the Hurt Syndicate in the worst way. He can taste it, he can sense it, and he can certainly feel it. So they called out MJF they called MJF out. MJF comes out MJF comes out, and again, Shelton Benjamin was in the back waiting to super kick MJF if it was a no, if it was another no. So Bobby Lashley was teasing MJF. He kept teasing him with it. Oh, you want in the Hurt Syndicate? Oh, okay. And he kept teasing him and teasing him and teasing him with it. So finally, we got over that hump, and MJF is now part of the Hurt Syndicate. All right. All right. I don't have an issue with it. Um, yeah, they're keeping MJF close for a reason, yes. And Jamie Ader, yes. And Jamie Ader attacked Mercedes Monet on the ramp. So we got that going on too. We got that going on. All that going on. So MJF now is part of the Hurt Syndicate. Okay. If I was MJF, I'd be very careful not to piss off the Hurt Syndicate because they may hurt him. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching the Wrestling Experience. My name is Earl Cole. Don't forget to do that at the bottom of the screen here. Like, subscribe, and share. Hit that thumbs up, folks. Hit that thumbs up. It's very important that you do. Um. All right. So we had that going on. We had that going on. All right. Let me just do one more, and then. All right. I'm gonna do one more, and then I'm gonna give you my letter. Uh, it's like four chocolate chips with a splash of vanilla. No, Jeffrey. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. All right. Interesting. Just say, all right, if you will. Um, Zach Gowen. Zach Gowen took on Ricochet. The match was fine. The match was all. I just didn't care for what Ricochet was doing. I didn't care for it. I didn't care for it. The poor kid, he suffered a lot as a kid, losing his leg to cancer. I mean, that was just what Ricochet did was absolutely disgusting, and I wouldn't even go there. And on the entertainment level, I'm going to bring this match down to a 4. The match gets a 4, and Zach was good for what it was. He was trying to get into the match, he really was. Um, yeah, so it was just a no bueno for me. What a jerk Rika Heel is in this match, trying to do and an idiot. He's such a stupid idiot. He's up there trying to give him Zach Gowen a figure 4, knowing the guy has a prosthetic leg. What a jerk. What a dumb jerk heel thing to do. I didn't care for that part. I didn't care for that part. Uh, so cute to Zach. Yeah, I gave him, I gave him kudos in the match. I thought he held his own, but it was just too much Ricochet, too much Ricka heel, man, too much Ricka heel. All right, folks, that was some of the synopsis on Dynamite. That was Dynamite last night. That was Dynamite. All right. All right, let's talk about wrestling news, shall we? Let's go to the wrestling news. As the Warner Wolf would say, let's go to the videotape. No Thunder Rosa, Thunder Rosa, and Megan Bain, no. All right, let's talk about some wrestling news for a second. If you all didn't hear the announcement that I made earlier tonight, at least we got Layla. Yes, Les Layla Gray. If you all didn't hear the announcement earlier in the streams, I was talking about this as we came on the air tonight. Uh, Good old Jr. Jim Ross has cancer, and again, my deepest deepest sympathies go out to Jr. And we wish him the best of health, and we wish him a road to recovery. And we're all pulling for Jr. We're all pulling for you, Jr. Every fan that loves JR and everything, we are pulling for him, and we hope that he gets well soon. Prayers to you, JR. Prayers to you. All right. The PW, okay. While the PW Insider Elite says WWE doesn't plan to revisit John Cena and CM Punk rivalry at the event, where they had their most famous match, Money in the Bank. They do want to do Punk versus Cena at some point this year when the timing is right. So the WWE wants to go with Punk and Cena taking on each other. They have a history too, Punk and Cena. It's going to be interesting to see when they're going to pull that trigger. When they're going to pull that trigger. Drop a slobber knocker, that surgery. Yes, JR. Yes. Drop a slobber knocker on that surgery, JR. Yes. And all right. So I'm gonna say this. I think Punk and Cena would be great for SummerSlam. I think Punk and Cena would be great for SummerSlam. If you build that up to SummerSlam in August, and you do it either on night one or night number two, I think that'd be great. I think that'd be fantastic. I wouldn't mind it at all. I personally would not mind it to have Punk and Cena come out there. I would not mind it. I had no issues with that whatsoever. None. None. Yeah, SummerSlam would be perfect for Cena versus yes. Yeah. I would build this up to SummerSlam. I would build this up to SummerSlam stage, and it's the grandest stage. It's the first. It's history making. It's a history making night for WWE. They never done SummerSlam two nights before. Now they're gonna do it, and then next year Minneapolis gets it, but we get it first. And I'm gonna. I don't have an issue with this. I think that this should be built up to SummerSlam. I'm going to be perfectly quite honest with you, and I would enjoy that. I think that would be highly entertaining, to be honest with you. Um, the belief is that the creative circle is that Travis Scott will be available for Money in the Bank and pitches that have been made for Scott to partner with Cena in a tag and a six-man tag match. That's from another PW Insider Elite report. That also reminds us that Scott has been training with Booker T in Houston. So Travis Scott is going to join John Cena in a six-man tag at Money in the Bank. Who's in the six-man tag? Who's in the six? What is? Yeah, SummerSlam would be, yeah. And then what did you say? CM Punk, my bad. Okay, okay, I got it. Cardi B yeah, Cardi B on yeah. Yeah, Cardi B's gonna hold SummerSlam two nights. It's gonna be interesting. So Travis Scott, who helped John Cena win the title at WrestleMania, is gonna be involved in a six-man tag match. But who's in the match? Who's the sixth? Who's the sixth man? It's gonna be interesting to see what that develops. We're gonna keep an eye on that and see what happens there, like a Polaroid picture. Okay. Ask about Gunther getting a rematch for the WWE World's Every. Okay. If you all didn't hear, if you all didn't hear the news, after Saturday night's main event, Gunther will challenge whoever wins the match between Logan Paul and Jay Uso in Phoenix, Arizona on Raw for the World Heavyweight Championship will be up for grabs. And um I don't have a problem with this. The only problem that I have is this. Okay. Let's say Jay Uso retains against which he will. He will retain against Logan Paul. But my question is, are you going to do Jay Uso dirty on Raw and have him lose like you did the Intercontinental Championship back to Gunther on Raw in Phoenix, Arizona? That's what my biggest concern is here. That's what I'm thinking about because WWE did that to him. You know they did it to him the first time. They screwed him. They took the title off of him and gave it back to Braun Breaker. Are they going to do the same thing to Jay Uso? I think that's disgusting if that's what you're going to do. If that's what your thought process is, because I don't think that that's right. I don't think that's right. Jay Uso just won the championship, and now you're going to give it back to Gunther. I don't think that's right. I don't. I'm just a little concerned. I just don't trust WWE. I really don't trust them. Um, what is this? Okay. Oh Lord, we don't need Travis Scott in the ring. Yeah, I know. I know. Um, Jay Uso's gonna retain all around. I hope so, Jeffrey. I hope so. Because I don't want to see this happen to Jey Uso. I really don't want to see this happening again. I don't want to see this again. Um, if you're going to just don't do it. Just please don't do it. Just please with sugar on top. Please don't do that. Don't do that to Jey Uso on Monday Night Raw in Phoenix. Please don't do that. Make him retain against Gunther. He'll give a hard fought retain. Or this is what you can do. This is what you can do. Have Gunther trash talk Pat McAfee. That's a good idea. Have Gunther trash talk Pat McAfee. And then Pat McAfee gets off the headset and distracts Gunther. And then Jay Uso rolls him up for the retainment. That's something you could do. That is something you can do. And I wouldn't mind that at all. That's something you can do. That I wouldn't mind. He went and trash talked to Pat McAfee. McAfee comes off the headset and he's about to lay waste to go. And then Jay Uso rolls him out for the victory. And he retains. I will mind that at all. I don't have a problem with that. That I think should be the finish. That I think should be the finish of the match. If you want me to be honest with you. You went there and you trash talked McAfee after you dominated him, and then McAfee had enough of him, and he was about to come there and lay waste to you, and then Jay Uso rolls him up for the victory and embarrasses him again. That's what you need to do. That's what needs to happen. That's exactly the. I would. Nice idea, Earl. We should have you on. Earl, nice idea, Earl. We should have you on the creative. Yes, yes, yeah. We don't need that photo, that potato in the chat. Yeah, nice idea, Earl. Yeah. I mean, because it makes sense. It makes sense. It makes perfectly sense. You go there, you're taking on Jay Uso for the title. This is the end of Raw. He goes there and he starts talking trash to the audience, and then he focuses on Pat McAfee. He starts talking trash to Pat McAfee. McAfee gets off her headset. Gunther is distracted. Jay rolls up Gunther. We got a 1, 2, 3 and a retainment. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. You're killing two birds with one stone with one feud. Perfect. Perfect. He was just about to put him away, and then you start talking trash. Perfect. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have an issue with it. What was it? And then and then Goldberg's team hits. Yeah, well, then we would have what we would have, Jeffrey, is what we call an octogenarian match at SummerSlam. Octogenarian match. Goldberg comes out with an oxygen tank and he wants to take on Gunther. If you will. How do you spell that? Octogenarian. I don't know how you spell it. Look it up. Anyway. Anywho, 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 ladies and gentlemen, I digress. I digress. How do you spell it? Google it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway. There's no shortage of speculation at the angle that will lead to Goldberg. Oh, speaking of Goldberg, there's no shortage of speculation and angle that will lead Goldberg's long discussed retirement match possible for Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia on June the 28th. So, if they're gonna book Goldberg, if they're gonna book Goldberg's final match, it'll probably be at the Night of Champions. It'll take on with the oxygen mask. All right. Anyway, WrestleVotes also addresses Evolution too during the same Q&A, saying that the rumored July PLE will have a bigger lineup than most WWE events, upwards up to 7, potentially 8 matches, and a battle royal to make sure everybody makes the card. Okay. So Evolution 2 is rumored to be on July. We're going to have to see what happens with that. All right. Per Corey Hayes of PWN, the reason WWE moved Evolution 2 from the previous rumored July 5th day at the Mohegan Sun Arena in Connecticut is currently rumored July 13th in Atlanta because there was a scheduling conflict at the Mohegan Sun. So the event was supposed to take place on July the 5th. This is another all female PLE. So it was supposed to take place on July the 5th at the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. But WWE has a problem with the arena had a problem scheduling it. So they had to move it to July 13th in Atlanta. And this is because of the conflict with Mohegan Sun. So It's not happening on July 5th. It will happen on July 13th instead. Um, I'm actually going to be excited for Evolution 2 in Atlanta. Yeah, I think this is going to be good. We've the last, well, I don't remember what the date was as of the last one, but I did see it from the Nassau Coliseum, the first one. It wasn't bad. Wasn't a bad PLE. Not a bad one at all. GCW was frustrated and embarrassed and humiliated by Joey Janelle's interview about Sabu's retirement match. According to Fightful Select, the outlet heard the owner, Brett Lauderdale, spoke Janelle about the interview situation, but they aren't sure what came of the discussion. So apparently, Joey Janela had an interview and he talked about Sabu's last match, and it wasn't favored by a lot of people. As you all know, Sabu passed away at the age of 60, and um, what Joey Janelle was talking about, I'm not sure what the whole interview is. I'll have to go back and look and read the article, but it wasn't good. It wasn't great either. What did Jeffrey say? It's been a while since ATL had a WWE event. Yes, it has. All right, folks. Thank you for hanging out on the wrestling experience. If you love the show, drop a like, tap the subscribe ring, and make sure that you turn on the notifications bell so that this way you know when I'm alive. And I'll share this video with the entire hashtag wrestling community. Share this video out. And I'm Earl Cole. Keep the fireworks flying and the passion loud of WWE and all of the AEW fans, all the WWE. Keep that passion alive. And I will be back in cyberspace again tomorrow night for Friday Night SmackDown. It's a big sports night for New York. The New York Knicks will take on Boston Celtics in what could be a champagne celebration for the Knicks. And they could, after 25 years, head to the finals of the NBA. And that could happen tomorrow night in Boston, in Madison Square Garden, excuse me. MSG is going to be rocking, to say none the least, tomorrow night for the Knicks. So good luck to the Knicks. The game starts at 8 o'clock, same time as Friday night SmackDown, and we will be on the air with SmackDown tomorrow night. This was a great show, and we didn't need enough. We didn't need enough oxygen. Anyway, folks, that will do it for the wrestling experience. I'm Earl Cole. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow night for Friday Night SmackDown. Until then, everyone, good night, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday.